Just in time for Far From Home, it's the Quentin Beck special. He's featured in this week's Amazing Spider-Man. Isn't it great how continuity works when people plan ahead and it comes to fruition at exactly the week that the movie... Greatness. Nicholas Spencer, Ryan Otley, you guys are doing a damn good job. Nick Lowe, I'm sure you're the editor and you had to play a part in it. Credit where credit's due. This is great stuff, okay? So Mysterio's in it and we are like... He is in jail getting some he's getting therapy done. So this guy's doing what other, every time a villain or hero says, I'm not going to kill the villain because the villain is a person who could change, all that bullshit. Well, this is all that bullshit. This is him going through the steps to see if whether or not he will become a good guy or not. Now, the therapist wasn't very good, right? He was pressing his buttons when he probably shouldn't have been pressing his buttons. And I was beginning to wonder what his motivations were. Was this therapist this evil villain dude that they were talking about? No, he's just a regular bad therapist trying to dig deep. I want answers. Well, you got to talk to me or else I'm going to say you're not cooperative. What kind of shit is that? That's bad. So this guy's doing his thing. The beginning few pages though, it's just MJ and Peter showing love. And I feel like the storytelling was done more in the artwork than the actual writing of them being in love. They're just chilling in this place that he used to protect when it was getting constructed. And security guard tells him, hey, you kids. First of all, he is no kid. That man is in his mid-20s, as stated a few issues back. You remember that walk with MJ. Fabio Medina was in the background. I remember that. You remember that. Guy's 25 at least. Now, there was a name that Mysterio couldn't utter. And as he was going through that therapy session, again, the picture's telling a lot of stories. It was flashing back to Spider-Man, Peter, sleeping with MJ. Flashing back to him, you can't say that name. Say the name! And it's like he couldn't do it. I'm wondering what the hell's going on here. Who is this villain who resurrected Mysterio from the death? And I'm not a regular Spider-Man reader, so I didn't know it was a first appearance of a new guy or not. But I'm wondering, who is this guy? I bet his name's going to be Nightmare. I'm kind of thinking, what's going on? The room shakes. Oh, you can see this too, right? And then the therapist was kind of just escaped and left the room and treated him like he's a psychiatrist, psychotic. That's the one we're gonna go with. And then he speaks to Pete after he kills Mysterio. This guy with maggots. This guy who said he ascended the ranks of hell. 2 L's. I hate hearing hell and stuff like that in comic books and gods. The people who live on Asgard, they're not human. They're God. It's like it contradicts my own beliefs. It takes me out of the book for a moment, and I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, there's ranks in hell. Which hell? Not limbo. Not. Anyways, man. So dude's in hell. And then he starts talking to Spider-Man. He says, I'm not ready for you to know who I am. He tells Peter he's going to pay for what he did. What the fuck? What did he do? That's sleep related in Dan Slott's run. What is he referencing? What could it possibly be? I mean, Peter's made mistakes. His original mistake. And that's when it hit me. Well, that's not when it hit me right away. I'll continue. His name is Kindred. So when I heard that name, I'm starting to think, what the hell? First of all, it's a good name. It's 2 syllables. It's 7 letters. It won't take too much space on my comic book pages. Things I think about. I hate reading words. I'd rather see the pictures than reading words. And so I'm thinking, Kindred, what the hell does that mean? Google. Definition. Kindred. One's family and relations. What the hell? Oh, okay. And here's why I titled the video this. I think that it's Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben is his family. He's kindred. It syncs up that way. And the mistake that he made was Uncle Ben... dying, the story. Now, is Uncle Ben a bad guy who would go to hell? This is where Nick Spencer, the new writer, is going to have to come in and say that that criminal who killed Uncle Ben is actually down with Uncle Ben. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to rob you, so I'm going to protect. It wasn't anything innocent like that. It was, oh, that's that Ben Parker dude, or whatever Ben's last name was. I got to smoke him too, and that's how he died. I think that they will add some spice to the story. And now it took 10 years of Uncle Ben watching his nephew, and thinking, man, this guy really could have stopped that robber back in that wrestling event, and he really could have saved me rather than saying what he said. And from now on, I'm looking after number 1. That's me, I think is what he said. I'll provide a picture. You have already seen the picture. That's exactly what he said. So maybe Uncle Ben's holding a grudge, and he's dwelling in hell. 10 years have passed, and he's like, okay, finally time to get him. So he gets after Mysterio first, possibly. We'll see where this story goes, but that's my prediction. You got a prediction? This is the internet. Give me your feedback, because comments help other people see. Like on the side of the videos that you watch, it'll say Amazing Spider-Man Chill Manga Review, and then your comment enables that to happen. I appreciate you. I love you 3000.